Hi, I'm Walter Bobbie. I'm a friend and a fan of the Old Globe Theater, and I'm happy to be speaking to you today from the garden. My garden. Because a few weeks ago there was an article in the New Yorker by a British novelist named Charlotte Mendelssohn, and it was about planting beans. But her larger point was really that gardening is an act of faith. The last sentence of the article says, "When one plants a bean, one tethers oneself to the future." Well, Charlotte could just as easily have been talking about the theater or making theater, because when a writer walks to an empty page and types the words, "The curtain rises," that writer has tethered themselves to the future, which makes my friend Barry Edelstein one of the theater's great gardeners. That was a terrible metaphor. I'm sorry. Anyway, years ago, Barry sent me a new musical by Steve Martin and Edie Brickell. It was called Bright Star, and I knew by the time I got to the end of the first act, I was doing this thing. I was absolutely captivated. And Barry had this unshakable enthusiasm for the piece, which is what you need when you're in development. We went from a cold reading to a 10-day lab at Vassar's New York Stage and Film. We did a 4-week New York workshop with our Broadway producer, Joey Parnes, who's remarkable, all before the premiere at the Old Globe, which led to 4 weeks at the Kennedy Center, a Broadway opening garnering 6 Tony nominations, including Best Musical. And last year, Bright Star was the most sought-after new musical in high schools, colleges, not-for-profit theaters across the country. That's a wonderful journey, and it's a wonderful example of collaboration and development. We had the good fortune of having the perfect collaborators, and it was really a remarkable achievement what happened. You see, Bright Star, how do I say this? Bright Star is one of the most elusive kind of theater pieces because it's not based on anything. It's an original musical. It's based purely on the writer's imaginations, and those are really, really tricky. But at the Old Globe, no matter which department I turned to, whether it was lighting, sound, props, costume, marketing, casting, whatever, the answer was always, let's see if we can figure that out. It's the craftsmen that really make the magic of theater. For example, there's the 30-second moment in Bright Star where our successful leading lady, who has a wonderful publishing company in Asheville, she's 35, she's got a great business suit. It's 1945, 46. And before our eyes, she spins out of that costume on a rolling bandstand with its own electrical power, and she is magically delivered to the Blue Ridge Mountains as a 17-year-old girl with tousled hair, barefoot, a straw bonnet, and it happens all before your eyes. It's 30 seconds that's romantic and seamless and theatrical. You need a lot of people to make that happen, and it represents the kind of selfless collaboration that you can experience at the Old Globe. It's a 30-second example of why we spend so many hours working so hard with Barry and the great team at the Old Globe Theater. So I say bravo, San Diego. I look forward to our medical masks being replaced by the masks of comedy and tragedy, and those masks being back up on stage where they belong. I look forward to us sitting elbow to elbow in a packed room, waiting for the next writer who has had the courage to sit down and type "The Curtain Rises." In the meantime, plant some beans.
So long, sweet embraces, so long, summertime. You got the power, you got the faith, you got the burning fever, you got the night, you got the day. I got the old dark cloud. The sun is gonna shine again, sun is gonna shine again, the sun is gonna shine again. dance. You got the inspiration. You got it all, palm of your hand. I got no hand to hold. The sun is gonna shine again. 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 The sun is gonna shine again.
Something tells me it'll be alright. Something tells me it's gonna be okay. Something tells me it'll be alright. Something tells me it's gonna be okay. Something tells me it'll be alright. Something tells me it's gonna be okay. The sun is gonna shine again. 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 The sun is gonna shine again.
The sun is gonna shine again.
I had a vision of how our life would be, rolling like a river, peaceful, wild and free. I had a vision of how our life would go, a happy little family playing on the porch. If I could lift this veil of darkness, if I could see my way back to you, I have been blinded. All the lights went dim. Blinded by someone I can't speak of him. I had a vision of how our life would be, full of love and laughter and sweet harmony. I had a vision of how our life would go, all of our kids singing while you play piano. If I could lift this veil of darkness, if I could see my way back to you, I had a vision of how our life would be. Everything was beautiful, you were next to me. I had a vision of how our life would go. Everything was wonderful, and I loved you so.
I'm ready for my life to begin. I'm ready for it all to start. My heart's about to bust. Don't lead the way, I must follow my own bright star. You never know what life will bring, only what you bring to life. Hopes and dreams and fine imaginings, they happen in their own good time. Bright star, keep shining for me. Shine on and see me through. Bright star, keep shining for me. And one day I'll shine for you. Thank you. Shine on and see me through. Bright star, keep shining for me. And one day I'll shine for you.
Bright star, keep shining for me. Shine on and see me through. Bright star, keep shining for me. And one day I'll shine for you. You never know what life will bring, only what you bring to life. Hopes and dreams and fine imaginings, they happen in their own good time. Bright star, keep shining for me. Shine on and see me through. Bright star, keep shining for me. And one day I'll shine for you. Bright star, keep shining for me. Shine on and see me through. Bright star, keep shining for me. One day I'll shine away. And one day I'll shine for you.
If it don't work out, if it don't work out, you can turn around and come on back to